Majesty, may I come in? Thank you. Please do forgive me. I know you asked not to be disturbed, but you haven't eaten. I hoped you would at least take some tea. Here. I took the liberty of adding some lemon and honey to help soothe your throat. I know your voice has been strained recently. I must ask you to forgive me again, Your Highness. I know it's improper, but please hold still. You have a fever, just as I suspected. I'm afraid I can't obey that command. My job is to keep you healthy, Your Highness. And since you seem intent of running yourself into the ground, I have no choice but to intervene. Now, will you move away from the desk on your own, or do you require my assistance? You may glower all you wish, Your Highness. I shall remain steadfast in my duty. Now, take my hand. I shall escort you to your chamber and fetch a doctor. You do need a doctor, Your Highness. Did you conveniently forget the fever that you had? Even if you feel fine, illness isn't something we should trifle with. I would hate for you to become bedridden and even more miserable. The work will still be there tomorrow, Your Highness. And I'm afraid I will not listen to any more excuses. Your Highness? Please, do sit down on the bed. You look lost for a second. Are you well? Feeling lightheaded? Not eating will do that to you. I will have the chef prepare some soup. Well, soup is what you need. It's gentle on your stomach, and it will give you some much needed fluid. And if you eat it all, perhaps I will allow you to have a scoop of chocolate ice cream. Yes, indeed. Chef just made a new batch. I'm sure he would not notice if one scoop goes astray. But that is only if you allow the doctor to examine you and you're a good patient. No, do forgive me, Your Highness. You tend to be a horrible one. If I am not mistaken, the last doctor that was called for nearly ran away in tears after trying to administer medicine to you. I don't know whatever you said to the poor woman, but such behaviors shall not go unpunished today. Well, you must be feverish if you're asking such foolish questions. Of course I care for you, Highness. I've served you for the past year, and I will continue to do so until you dismiss me. I do not know, perhaps I am so bold because we have been through so much together, Your Highness. Now, will you kindly lay down while I call for the doctor? It matters not if you're tired. Rest is what you require, and I'm afraid I will be quite insistent on this. I know you want to do well, but you already are. You have proven to all of society how noble of a house this is. You needn't work yourself to death to continue to prove it. Your parents wouldn't have wished that on you. In fact, if they could see you right now, I'm sure they would join me in this lecture. Yes, I can picture that. It's all right, Your Highness. You can cry if needed. You don't need to hide your feelings, not from me. It doesn't matter if it's been 6 months or 6 years. Grief follows no set timeline. And anyone who says otherwise is frankly, Your Highness, a liar. I know you do. I miss seeing them as well. Being honest, I still prepare his lordship's coffee in the morning, sometimes before I remember. Your Highness, may I speak frankly? You do not have to take this burden on yourself. Just because you are the sole heir and representative of the house, that doesn't mean that you need to dedicate your life to maintaining its dignity. Life is more than paperwork, Your Highness. It may be impudent of me to suggest it, but I know Lady Anna is holding a ball soon. She has sent you free invites, Your Highness. I know all your friends would wish to see you again. You've spent so much time mourning. It's time for you to live now, Your Highness. And that is what they would want. And it's what I want as well. I only wish to see you smiling again. And I know I speak for the rest of the staff when I tell you how desperate we are for some cheer in this house. So what do you say? You'll accept. That's wonderful, Your Highness. I'll send a reply post haste. Let me. Your Highness? No, it's just you're holding on to my hand. Oh, certainly, if that is what you wish, then I am in no position to refuse. No, I'll stay here until you fall asleep, and then fetch the doctor. No, shh, Your Highness. It's quite all right. I can assure you, I'm here. I'm right here. keep the nightmares at bay. I promise. There is no need for you to thank me. It is my duty, Your Highness, and one I take very seriously. Sleep well, Your